Hey guys, what's up, it's Scatter. In today's video we're going to be going over why Venthyr is just absolutely insane for hunters. Just a quick disclaimer, this video is mostly aimed at survival and beast mastery hunters. While Venthyr can be decent for marksmanship, survival and beast mastery just benefit a lot more from the Venthyr buffs that we received in patch 9.0.5. We will also go over conduits and soulbinds and then how to use flayed shot optimally inside the arena. So what changes did Venthyr receive exactly? Basically what had happened is Flayed Shot got a pretty massive buff. This ability puts a dot on the target and each tick gives you a chance to proc a kill shot that can be used on any target regardless of their current health. It used to have a baseline proc chance of 10%, lasts for 14 seconds, and costs 10 focus. Now it has a baseline proc chance of 15%, lasts for 18 seconds, and does not cost focus. Now this clip that I'm going to show you here in a bit is not on a PvP training dummy, but when I tested the damage on an actual PvP dummy, I was hitting around 5.5k kill shots and critting for around 12k. Now sometimes you can get very unlucky and not have any procs at all, but after testing this for a few minutes I found that on average I would get around 2 to 3 kill shot procs per flayed shot with 14% haste. If you get lucky, and I've had this happen in arena before, then you can get something like this. I get 3 killshot procs back to back and end up getting a total of 5 killshot procs during one flayed shot window. This can generate you a deadly amount of pressure in the arena, especially if you get killshot procs during your CC setups and kill windows. It can be enough to force big cooldowns or secure the kill. With Beast Mastery and Survival, your stat priority is versatility and haste, and at a certain amount of haste, you get extra ticks of flayed shot, so you have more opportunities to get a killshot proc. Here are the haste breakpoints. At 1% haste, you get 10 ticks, 13% haste, you get 11 ticks, 23%, 12 ticks, and 34% haste, 13 ticks. Now let's go ahead and move on to soulbinds and conduits. For your soulbind, I'm going to recommend Nausea the Mistblade. She'll give us access to 2 important passives, Thrill Seeker and Agent of Chaos. Thrill Seeker gives us a stacking buff while we are in combat. At 40 stacks, it will give us a large haste increase for 10 seconds. And Agent of Chaos gives our Dwarf Shadows a Disorient. Another pro of going Venthyr is that we have access to Dwarf Shadows. This gives us a teleport ability, and when combined with the Agent of Chaos passive, we can use it to set up our own traps. This can throw a team off guard and help give you something to trap off of if you're able to land the Disorient. It can also be used as a peel or an interrupt, which can come in clutch. For your potency conduits, you're going to want to make sure that you have Empowered Release. This increases the killshot proc chance and damage, so this is going to be absolutely mandatory. Now for survival, you'll want Strength of the Pack, and for Beast Mastery, I'd recommend Bloodletting. For your endurance conduits, I'd recommend Harmony of the Tortollan, and for the finesse conduits, I'd go with Tactical Retreat. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros and cons of going Venthyr. The predominant covenant before this patch was Kyrian for each hunter spec. When going Venthyr, we gained the Door of Shadows and Flayed Shot abilities. We also gained the Agent of Chaos passive that we could use as an interrupt, a peel to gain distance or to trap off of, and the Thrill Seeker passive, which gives us a large haste buff proc. But we do lose the Steward's Phial of Serenity, which is a heal and removes all curse, disease, poison, and bleed effects. We also lose wall hacks with Resonating Arrow and the mastery buff from the Pelagos passive, Combat Meditation. I think that by going Venthyr, we are actually not missing out on that much, and here's my reasoning why. The Steward's Phial of Serenity does provide a nice heal, but our Craven Stratagem legendary can remove all of the same effects anyways. It is nice having an extra dispel, but I don't think that we're missing out on too much there. We lose the wall hacks provided from Kyrian's Resonating Arrow, but in exchange we get Flayed Shot, which I think suits the BM and survival playstyle better. Both of these specs do consistent damage, both of their main stat priorities are versatility and haste. So our Flayed Shot gets more ticks, and in turn, we have more opportunities to get more killshot procs. This gives us some nice RNG burst, and it also ties in nicely with a lot of the comps that BM and survival hunters play. We have Jungle, which is all about momentum and keeping pressure, and I'm starting to see more KFCs and Beast Cleaves. Both of these comps are comps that like to do very high sustained damage. Flayed Shot just complements the spec and the comp by making your sustained damage higher and your freezing trap kill windows scarier. Also, my main issue with Resonating Arrow is that it's very telegraphed and it breaks CC. If the enemy is stacked on their healer, you can't use it or you'll break the CC and you get no value out of it. Next we have Pelagos' Mastery buff passive compared to the Venthyr Thrill Seeker passive. This one's pretty easy, as a Mastery buff could be useful, but haste and versatility are our 2 best stats for BM and survival. Lastly, we have the Door of Shadows Disorients. You can use this in so many ways. Most of the time it will be used to help you land traps, but the possibilities with this are endless. You can use it as a peel if your healer is getting trained. As survival, I find that having Steel Trap, and this gives me some decent peeling power. You can use it as an interrupt if you see a mage lands a poly on your healer. You can time it to where you can stop the reshape. He will either have to kick you or get disoriented. And this ability is great for getting kicks. Any kicks you can get out of the way to let your healer free cast is amazing and takes a lot of pressure off of them. Well, that's going to be my pros and cons and my reasoning for why I like Venthyr better for survival and beast mastery. Let's go ahead and leave off talking about how to use Flayed Shot optimally. This might seem really simple, but I would use it as soon as it procs. You do not want to hold it and waste potential killshot procs. In my example where I got 3 killshot procs back to back, if I were to just have held onto one of those procs and only used one, then I would have significantly less pressure. Those 3 killshot procs can secure games very quickly. You want to make sure that when you have a proc that you try not to let your Flayed Shot get another tick off before you use it. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you went Venthyr, if you like it or don't like it, then tell me why here in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to help pick which PvP class guide I should do next, there is a pull up on my Patreon, and I'll have a link in the description below if you'd like more information. The current choices for my next PvP guide are between Arms Warrior, Rep Pally, and Enhanced Shaman. The poll does end March 27th at 11:59 Central Standard Time, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to check it out. I do want to give you guys the power to pick what kinds of content you want to see and when to see it. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.